Okay, we're live. Gotta do something last minute. Hello, welcome in. Hello, Nasser. Caught me at a perfect time. I'm just about finished with this thing. Yeah. That's the kind of weather I wish March had. Because you know how fucked up the weather is over here. So what's up, Beanie? You too. My day's going good so far. I decided, last night I had some Subway. Thought I'd switch it up a bit. Yep, I'm actually going to be attending a job fair at my college on Thursday, so I gotta prepare myself for that. Hey, hello Shay, what's up? Glad to see you again, too. And it's on the wrong layer, fuck. Skipping, huh? Skipping stones, or another kind of skipping? That sounds delicious. The sandwich I had from Subway was a BMT. At least that's what they call it over there. Yeah. Oh. Okay. It's been a long time since I've actually jump roped. I doubt I have the build for it anymore, but what do I know? What do I know? What's up, Ian? Glad you could make it. Just doing a little something here. I'm just desperate to graduate and My teacher seems to be on the same page as me. My teacher seems to be on the same page as me in terms of wanting to graduate. I'm really hoping it's gonna come to that. As you can see, Randall here, he has a big soft spot for flowers. He just can't resist smelling them. Actually, I got a much better idea. Got a new calendar as I was helping my mom get her car cleaned out. Oh, cool. Coolio that. Been wanting to get this finished for a while. I've gotten progressively slower with these art pieces since, well, for one, I'm working on multiple simultaneously. Obviously, it's gonna count as a week's worth of gaps. But yeah. Here's the final image right here. I'm just gonna let you guys take a gander at it for a second. Hold on, let me try something out here. Okay, I just wanted to make sure the chat was still active because, well, you know, chat seems to fuck itself over. Plus, the streaming on my end is just not very good. Hello, Snow Kitty. this piece right here, doing a collab with someone that I just recently met on DeviantArt. Yoshida the Fox, his name is. I'm doing alright, how about you? You really took a liking to my characters since, you know, I've got such a cute art style, and the characters themselves he also likes. So we decided that we should do a little collab. He has his own little group of villains called the Hooligans. And I just thought, you know, and he just thought, well, what if it was a Hooligans versus Hooligans situation? So he gave me the base, and now I'm doing this. These are his characters right here. This is Yoshida. That's Chili. And this right here is Rattles. Yes, I know your name. But I'll be focusing on that on a later date. For now, doing good. Oh, hi, Jonathan. I honestly wasn't expecting you to show up. Thank you, Snow Kitty. So, how's it going, Jonathan? You excited for Baby Lamb Creations' 10th anniversary special? I know I am. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, Jonathan. You can thank me for coming up with the original concept for it. I'm just on here doodling a bit, showing the people on here how it's done. Yeah, I do. Wait, that's you? Oh my god, I didn't realize you were on here, Yoshida. Yes, it is you. And yes, it's coming along very nicely. Yeah, finally got glad you could come in and see my stuff being made. Thank you. I've been doing this for like, I don't know, 8 years now. I've also been simultaneously doing a bunch of scripts. I'm gonna have to start turning them into my own little episodes, because I see them more as like episodes instead of comics. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, World Bear Day. I don't think I'll have time to do that, since, you know, I've got other shit on my mind. Yep. Thank you. Yoshida here, who goes by the name Stinky in this chat, he came up with the composition here. So you can thank him for that. Let me just see. This guy right here is Reg. He's the leader of the High Tide Hooligans. For the sake of it, I'll show you here. This was created a while back. Actually, it was created almost last year, right here, as you can see from the date. But, to give you a brief rundown on the whole thing, this is Reg, the leader of the gang. He's a lot more harsh, going from his appearance. He's the titular de facto leader of the group. This is Butch. He's a very prolific biter. Sometimes he bites into things out of anger, other times for the heck of it. Oh, I forgot to mention, Reg right here is an albino shark, and this one right here, Butch right here, he's a red-bellied piranha. Now on to the limbed sea slug, Shemp. He's the snarky one of the group. And the reason why he's got limbs right here is because in his youth, he became exposed to toxic waste, which gained his limbs right here. I usually like to think of him as the butt monkey of the whole joke, since of his size and all that. Finally, my leopard seal, Anchor. He's the muscle of the group. And he sort of talks in a mook kind of voice. You know, something like this. But I think my favorite... You're not by any chance French, are you? Because I've got a feeling you might be from France. Or any part of Europe. Thank you, Gummy, and hello. I think out of all the characters, I think my favorite to voice and draw is Shemp. Because, well, he's a sweet little snarker, he is.
And you know, I really like doing his voice, you know? He's got this scrappy little inflection in him. Something like that.
Yeah, whenever I'm drawing characters, I tend to have a specific voice in mind for them whenever I'm writing up dialogue or doodling them. Of course I like Gumball. And the new Gumball revival I saw was absolutely spectacular. Some of my characters that live in Austria. I see. Nice one, that. As for me, I have one of my characters, Tobias, he's a kangaroo. In fact, let me see if I can pull up a pretty good picture of him. Okay, here we go. Tobias right here, he originated in Australia before moving into Animalville. And, my walrus here, Wilfred, he originally came from Britain, hence why he has a British accent. And he moved to Animalville, just like Tobias did. Seafood. Oh, wait. Never mind. I was originally going to do something with it, but I couldn't figure out a way. You have an extended family? Well, I used to have a couple of grandparents, but they're both unfortunately dead. My aunts, uncles, and cousins, they're still fully much alive. With some deceases on the uncle's side. Yeah, my aunts, uncles, and cousins are still very much alive. With some deceased members on the uncle's side. I know, it's sad that they'll have to go eventually, but, you know, that's life. I do know one of my uncles has his own SoundCloud, and I think he's also the leader of 2 rock bands. If you think that's crazy, my godfather actually owns his own company with his wife. And it's V_Manual YouTube. I see. Well, it's alright. You know, people just have to come and go eventually. Son of a bitch. And let me just move around some guys here. Oh, sorry to hear about his death. Let me just move some stuff around to make it all fit better. Yeah, that's right, dude. I'm doing this little collab. And you get to see it front and center. check something real quick. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna increase his eyes a bit. I've only seen one episode of The Amazing Digital Circus with a couple of friends in a Discord call. But I will say that episode 7 was just absolutely bonkers. Totally bonkers. Okay, just gonna get this up here. Gotta make sure I'm doing this right. I'll focus on this guy here for a sec. Oh, hello, Jeremy. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, crap. I really hope things don't turn out ugly for you. I love this little thing right here. Hello, welcome, welcome. Yeah, see? Yoshida gets it. Jeez. That doesn't sound too good. Well, no matter what happens, Jeremy, I'm just gonna say, keep your head held high, and don't let whatever they tell you get you down. Yeah, same. Like, what the fuck? Oh, Bob Marley. Neat. Father of Ziggy Marley. Okay. Just go in with completely fresh eyes. Maybe if you try to... Yeah. Just go in with fresh eyes and treat them like you would any other day. Just go right in and treat them like everybody else. the way they want to be treated. Golden rule, am I right? So, Yoshida, since you're in the stream right now, I'm just gonna have to ask, do you have a favorite Hooligan character of mine? Or any character that you find fascinating in general from me? Just curious. I'd really like to know. That's the spirit, dude. Yeah. Oh, hi, Matthew. Glad you can make it, Matthew. It's alright, dude. It's always nice to take a little break every now and then. Wasn't sure if you heard me the first time, Matthew, but do you have a favorite Hooligan character from me, or any character in general? I'm glad you like it, but this is Yoshida's character. I see. Very interesting, that. And my dad is a huge nut for, not just Star Wars, but for Jaws, too. Okay. Maybe this will make things a little easier, Stink. Maybe this will make things a little easier, Yoshida. So that I don't have to keep repeating myself. Well, I made these guys. Yeah, true that. My dad isn't one of those super fans where he just has to nitpick every single thing. The bear might be mine. Yep, you are right. This guy right here, Barrington, this is my character. And these are the High Tide Hooligans. These are also mine. I don't blame you. They do got some very appealing physiques there. And Shemp right here, he's just so fun to draw since, well, because he's he's just a little slimy dude. And like I mentioned before, he's also a charming snarker. I've actually made a couple of digital sketches with him. You can follow them on my DeviantArt account. Yeah, he sure does. Especially with the added factor that he got these limbs from toxic waste exposure. It's also got... They've definitely been very useful for him. Oh yeah, and not to mention these little sketches I did not too long before the stream started, since I was in a real silly mood. Thank you. Like, definitely come up with some great color palettes. I don't think I can, since my stuff is far away from my scanner. Hello, Ash. Interesting choices there. Yeah, I like drawing all of them too. Let me see here. Oh, hi, Reg. Hi. As you can see right here, I'm just doing something for Yoshida the Fox, or as he goes by in the chat here, Stinky. I said it earlier in the stream, but Yoshida here came up with the, he liked my character so much that he decided to do a crossover collab between his hooligans and mine. And just brawling all out. He created the composition and the characters, and I'm filling in the void. Oh. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Oh, thank you. Thanks, I'm really glad you like the color palettes I gave these guys. Got a lot of complimentary stuff here. Yep, for sure. Got an Alice Nimble Toes. Oh, that's nice. You're going down, Foxy Loxy! Just thought it was worth adding that in there. You're going down, Foxy Loxy! Yeah, same here, dude. Same here. Oh, jeez. Oh, dude. Yeah, I actually have a little I actually have a little scenario picture for Sewer or Later. Just gotta fix this up a bit. Yeah, this is the drawing right here. This was for a story that I wrote in Google Docs, Sewer or Later, where the High Tide Hooligans go on a spree of early pranks and they accidentally fall into the sewers and have to get out. This scene right here complements. This scene right here is where the hooligans are at their lowest point and they go around telling each other secrets while they're at death's door. And this little scene right here is as follows. Reg here first asks Shemp about how he got his limbs, since as he puts it, they stick out like a sore thumb. So how'd you get them? And then Anchor comes in and is like, yeah, how'd you get your limbs anyway, Shemp? Did your fairy godmother deliver them to your door? Yeah, and Shemp points out a minute later,
Everybody's a comedian.
yeah, he sure does. He looks so goofy. And that was because I just, I decided to play around a bit with perspective a bit. They have very sporadic and unpredictable movements. Leopard seals in real life, actually. Okay, that's the actual sketch done here. Yeah. Uh, That would be pretty funny if they were just fighting 1 second and then it just jump cuts to them kissing and making up. They'd be brawling and then the next second. Oh my god, you're actually gonna do it! I can't! Hey Ross, I'm doing good. Oh. Just drag this all the way down here. So he's behind him. Yeah. Same. I remember when the annoying orange used to do something like that. You know, back when I was still into it. Gotta focus on one thing at a time. Yeah, I hope it's springtime now. But yeah, I hope it's actually springtime because I'm getting really sick and tired of all this stupid, stupid weather. Of course, this big guy's first since he's all the way in the back. Damn. Yeah, same here. I even stuck around for the TV series before stopping halfway through the second season due to loss of interest. Yeah. Yeah, I just randomly thought of that. So anyway, since some of you are since some of you recently joined, thought I'd give you a bit of a recap here. So this Thursday, I'm going to be going over to my college job fair and see if they have anything in my taste. I wish I was where you were. No. This is literally the second week I'm in class. Plus, this is the final one I have to take before I graduate. I nearly froze outside when we had a storm system. Oof. I'm really glad you liked the choice of music I put in my playlist, Stinky. For Yoshida. I usually tend to create my own little playlist whenever I'm in the mood for something or other. Usually for when I'm doodling. And of course he's got a little he's got a bit of a jumper shirt here, going by the collar, that's kind of embedding into his blubber. Hey, I'd rather be melting than freezing, so... yeah. Hi, Joe. It's alright. I see. Well, everyone has their own different opinions, so yeah.
My name's not Joe.
I remember watching a few episodes of Martha Speaks on occasion. Preferably when I was in Michigan. They only had public TV there, so yeah. I had no other choice but to take it. I remember bits and pieces of Unikitty, though I haven't really seen the entire series. I did. Used to play them all the time in my childhood. Before Flash got discontinued. Yeah, I've only really seen the Lego Movie in my time. Not so much the series, and not so much the series it spun off from. I see. Oh, really? Good to know. Yeah, these things are killing machines, I'll tell you. I remember when I used to watch Boomerang before it got rebranded and lost all of its charm. It's essentially become Cartoon Network's dumping ground. Kind of like how Nicktoons Network became Nickelodeon's dumping ground. I've only seen one episode of The Amazing Digital Circus, and it was bonkers. As for Hazbin Hotel, I'm just not interested in it. Looks like we're on the same page here. Yeah, I think even before Teletoon got even before Teletoon got rebranded, it just started dumping Cartoon Network shows on there. I think Boomerang it's actually been on autopilot for like a while now. It's not the first time it's gone autopilot. It's been like that since its last final years. It's been like that for the last final years. The original branding was used. A Canadian television network that's no more. Thanks, Aaron. And hello. Same. I'm actually using, I actually have a terabyte hard drive that I use to store all of my, Night Q art. If you're wondering about that, it's the term Night Q art. It's a playlist I have on YouTube whenever I drift off to sleep, and I actually use the shows that I put on there as like references for future pieces that I might do. I usually put it in the top right corner or the top left corner of the screen so that it can help me guide. I got my love of slapstick from Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes. I pretty much stopped watching Boomerang entirely once my cable provider stopped carrying it entirely. Yeah. You could tell that Boomerang nowadays is on autopilot because they still show the promo for Be Cool Scooby-Doo, even though it doesn't air on that channel anymore. I noticed it on more than a few occasions. I've only seen the theme song for Jacob Tutu, and if my memory serves, that show actually aired over on Cubo. I'd eat it for dinner, but not at that time. Why do you ask? On the topic of it, my mom actually does make some pretty good chili. I watch a bunch of older slapstick in my high. That's how I got my love for slapstick. I see. The only other thing I know about Jacob Tutu is the fact that the first voice of Max from Max and Ruby plays the title character. Yeah, you heard that right. There's a newer Tom and Jerry. Also, looking at that, since my binge watching of American Dad recently, I'll never be able to hear McFarlane's voice the same way again. I'll never be able to hear Rachel McFarlane act as a character without thinking of Haley. Yes, I thought I noticed that would be cool Scooby-Doo too. I thought the show was alright, but they kept showing the ads. You'd think they were trying to make it their biggest hit. Yeah. That show's been out for a while now. I don't know where you're getting off at. You must be living under a rock or something, because I don't think that show's even in production anymore. Hell yeah, by a long shot. Well, happy early birthday. Glad you like that little... Glad you like the little quote I gave him, too. True that. Especially since I heard Mindy Kaling isn't exactly a very good person. You're going down, Foxy Loxy! Yeah. I have my memories of watching that show in my youth. It's a very relaxing sort of show. You'd be correct. Oh my god, I love how even his tail is screaming too. How did I can't believe I didn't even notice that there. Gotta get this down here. Yeah. Okay, thanks for stopping by, Shay. Yeah, I did mention earlier that this was him. Yeah, I think I'm only gonna have time to complete this, since I think it's taken a lot longer than expected. Thank you. I was actually gonna go ahead and rewatch that fish and chip short, but apparently the original owner of that video somehow deleted it. Yeah, as if. Though I have been attacked by a chicken before. I'm telling you that is not. I'm telling you that was not fun. Yeah, it sure did. I don't know what made the user decide to take them down, but it's kind of a shame, as you put it earlier. Well, I guess they thought I was disturbing it. I guess they thought I was provoking it. They might be, given what's going on here. Yeah, even the shorts by Pat Ventura, while they're really stupid, they kind of got a charm to them. I just see that as Disney's amateur project. I could... Sounds more like an amateur project from the clips I've seen of it. I vaguely remember that. Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, I remember that little series. It used to play in between Playhouse Disney shows. Hello. No, I wasn't around when that show was airing. Though I do know that it's now considered lost media. I see. Oh yeah, those two monkeys. They were the final host of Playhouse Disney before, it got rebranded. Yeah, they are, unfortunately. Oh! Oh my god. Is this supposed to be a thread? Oh god, I didn't even notice that. Too old for that stuff. By the looks of it, I'd say you too. Jesus. He's that demonic? Oh god. Yeah, Ice Age was pretty much the cash cow for Blue Sky. Such a shame Disney had to shut them down. Now on to Shempy Boy here. And he is... And Jesus, he's suffering. Yeah, he is suffering a lot. Oh shit. Shit, I forgot. God damn it. Now I got some catching up to do here. Well, it was a bot. What was I supposed to do? I have to go, I have huge migraine. Well, thanks for going, dude. Thanks for coming, dude. Oh yeah, it's crossing the line there. Oh yeah, it is fantastic. Yeah, the Peanuts movie, I heard that was pretty good. Yep, this is Shemp Stew right here. A big fan of comic strips, you say, Ash? Good to hear that. This will definitely be an April Fool's joke. Yeah, for the first time, it's no April Fool's joke. They're seriously releasing it. You say there's a Rare Playhouse Disney logo with that Family Channel logo in there? Thank you. Got that from my dad. Yeah, it does complement it nicely, doesn't it? Yep. Yeah, that was a pretty big disappointment for Disney's centennial anniversary. I've heard of them, but I never actually read them. The closest thing I saw to Calvin and Hobbes was that Robot Chicken skit, where everyone thinks Calvin is crazy.
Mars is amazing! Mars is amazing! Mars is amazing!
No, but I've seen a few episodes of the cartoon. It's... eh. I browsed through some old comics by Barnes & Noble. I see. I hope you do buy them. Oh yeah, he's still around. Yeah, salt is this little dude's biggest weakness. It's gonna be very messy getting it out of the packaging. Unless if you're talking about chili peppers, by which point I say, sure. As long as it's still good. Yeah. Oh yeah, Bone. I think I remember when there used to... I remember when there was going to be a series announced for it, but they just tossed it away at the very last second. Yeah, that got my blood boiling a bit too. Oh, stop. I'm sure he's just messing around. Yeah, it seems like nowadays Hollywood executives choose crap over gold. Seriously? That Nirvana? Huh, I honestly didn't know that. Yeah, that's a... Yeah, that's a salt shaker he's holding right there. And, you know, that thing tends to kill slugs. That's demented. So, then again, so is his, devious intentions. Okay, now I'm off on... Finally, I'm doing the ink work for Butch here. No fucking way. That's fantastic. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. He's an actual menace? Ah, makes sense. Oh. Yeah, a scene like that is enough to put you in a psych ward. As I mentioned before, it seems like these big companies tend to choose crap over gold nowadays. Welcome back, Matthew. Anytime, bud. Oh yeah, that movie almost killed Nirvana. Yeah, rock and roll. That film actually almost killed Nirvana. It's crazy, I know, but because of the box office failure, that Nirvana was in a very, very tight spot. Okay, see you later, Ross. Yeah, as you can see here, it's hidden from his giant smile there, but he actually does have a bit of a sleeveless tuxedo shirt with a tie and a dickie. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. The clips you're seeing being spread around on Twitter, those come from season 2 and 3. Season 1 is a whole different story. The worst thing you had to worry about in season 1 was that the evil banana got tortured, even though he didn't deserve it, because he thinks the rocket monkeys are a menace, and you know what? So do I. Yeah, I mean, AI is a neat tool, but being used for money, no. No, 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 no. I don't see it being used in the industry ever. Because nothing can replace the human hand. Nothing can replace the pencil, pen, paintbrush, any drawing utensil you can think of. When I saw the few Rockin' Monkeys clips from seasons 2 and 3, I thought they were just fan edits. I didn't think they were actually made. I didn't think somebody actually animated them and put them to air. You want to know why scat is usually hidden or not shown in a kid's show? Because it's for the audience's sake. Even adult shows know better than to show scat on television. And I think the reason why, part of me thinks the reason why they were able to show that on television is because, well, Canada is a lot more relaxed in terms of restrictions. Which means you can pretty much get away with just about almost anything. Even if it means the worst possible thing you can think of. Like, there was literally a scene where a character in that show got the robot character pregnant. No, I'm not even kidding. The only major problems with rock and roll for me is that the lead characters weren't developed enough. Yeah. I mean, if they were given a little bit more time for development, it could have been a much better show. Jesus. Same. I mean, you can get away with an unskinned character in the most detailed, graphic way possible for an adult show, like Family Guy or American Dad in this case, since they tend to lean onto shock humor. American Dad, not so much. That's more character driven. But every so often, the shock humor they put in there is actually a lot more. It's actually a lot more deranged than what Family Guy's doing nowadays. But at least when American Dad and Family Guy ended up getting gross, I mean, it made sense since, it's an adult show. You can get away with a little more than that. And at least there it was made to further the plot a bit. At least it had some sort of purpose. Whereas with Canadian TV, they just do whatever the hell they want with it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that guy. Jeez. Shit. Okay, that's the line art. Okay, that's the line art just about done for all these guys. Just gotta add something in here. I tend to remember watching at least bits and pieces of the 80s Clifford. And, well, looking back on it, I just think it's really odd that Clifford and Emily Elizabeth can talk in the same room. I grew up with the, as I grew up with the, I grew up with the 2000 series in my day. And there it was like, the animals could talk, but the humans don't know about it. I think that same direction, I think Clifford also talked with Emily Elizabeth in the 2021 reboot of it, where it stayed a little bit more faithful to the original books. I remember those Clifford tapes. So that was him. Quite a good number of Canadian. Oh yeah, that's right. If my memory surfaces from looking at the credits of the 80s Clifford, I remember one of the additional voices was Billy Mae Richards. Yeah, the same actress that did Rudolph from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yeah, I miss him too. If I remember correctly, he was misdiagnosed. They thought he had a heart attack, but it was actually an erotic dissection or something. But yeah, I told Reggie this in one of his streams, but when 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter was airing, they actually had to work around his death. I mean, they tried to pull through, but I mean, kudos to the people behind that show for trying their best to work around John Ritter's death. But it just wasn't the same. Now we're going to get into the coloring. Oh, wait a minute. I got a much better idea. Yeah, it was. Yeah, he was like a semi-surrogate father to everybody in the crew. Hello, other Ian. Oh yeah, I think the last season of TGIF for ABC or whatever, that was, yeah, it didn't help matters that the TGIF block on ABC was honestly very, very disastrous. But John Ritter's death was the cherry on top of it. Yeah, that's right. Rest in peace, Mike Brady. Still miss John Ritter to this day. Don't we ever? He was taken from this world too soon. Jeez. Yeah. I heard there was supposed to be like a finale where Clifford ended up getting married. I don't know how that would go, but you can't change the past. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're liking it. Yeah. Same with your comment, Matthew. Crazy expressions are my bread and butter. Yeah. For sure. Okay, shoot. Yeah. It's a shame that they really... Yeah, it's a real shame that they died, but... Yeah, like I said, you can't change the past. Shit happens. True that. Oh yeah, that's right. That's when it stopped becoming its own channel. I think around that point, maybe they were starting to, I think they were starting to, like, change Master Control or something. Because that's what they did with WFWA. Sure, let's talk about something else. It's a little too somber over here. Yeah, as I mentioned before, Shemp right here is the butt monkey. He's like the Hooligan's his own gnarly because of all the bad luck he gets. The only difference is the type of personality both Gnarly and Shemp have, because Shemp right here, as I mentioned earlier, he's a real snarker of the group. And Reg's right-hand slug. Yeah. Slapstick humor. Yeah, that was the... Yeah, they pretty much... Yeah, they promoted their website at the end of all their shows. Anything you can think of. I think the one thing I remember them... I think the one variant I remember the most was that Dragon Tales variant where, they showed stock footage from the first They showed stock footage from the sister episode of the first episode. And then text showed up and... a voiceover of Ord, and later down the line, Wheezy, pretty much said something along the lines of, "To learn more about Dragon Tales, visit us at pbskids.org. I think in Season 2 they changed that to where it was like, "To learn more about Dragon Tales, visit us at pbsonline at pbskids.org, or something like that. No, I think Peg plus Cat ruined PBS Kids for me. Because that show premiered at the same time the network rebranded itself. Nature Cat was alright. I haven't seen too much of Let's Go Luna, but Joe Murray had a hand in it, so obviously it's gotta be good. Funny you mentioned it too, because I was watching Camp Lazlo earlier, and yeah, it's amazing how much of a jump he's made from network to network. He's still coming on strong. Yeah, I know that. I just mentioned it. Oh, you have? Neat. Yeah, I remember that. No, yeah, I remember that block. I remember that block. Surprisingly, the only reason I ever watched that channel was because of Maya and Miguel. The only reason I stuck around was because of the interstitials it had afterwards, since the show was running pretty short. But I always found it very fascinating that there was always extra stuff after the show ended. Late 2000s wasn't watching. Yeah, I remember both of those channels. Disney Channel a little bit more since I've seen a lot more of it. I vaguely remember watching. I vaguely remember the theme song for The Emperor's New School, and I think Lilo and Stitch was after that. Does anybody remember both of those shows? Side note, I need to start watching The Emperor's New Groove because I heard that was a very great movie. Seen people quoting it a lot often. Why? Because of the lead actress? Zoog Disney, huh? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Zoog. Oh, yeah, that's right. The closest thing I got to seeing Fox Kids was the CW4 Kids. And the signal for that channel was just so abhorrent. I couldn't see shit on the screen. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I mean, like, Disney's sitting on this series for a very long time, and how they're not even releasing it on streaming yet, I will never know. Well, it had a lot of crossovers. Oh, it's the message. I gotcha. Yeah, like a revival of some sorts. I know Bob's Ganaway's still in the industry, so maybe he has a chance of bringing it back with even more movies and shows and franchises and whatnot. And brain cells. Mm-hmm. I think Disney just picks and chooses the series it wants to care for. To my knowledge, I don't think there's been a complete series box set of Timon and Pumbaa yet. And that series is one of the more overlooked shows on the Disney afternoon block. Because people keep mentioning Darkwing Duck and Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, but they never have time. But they never have time to, like, you know, look over that show in particular. Because I have been watching it recently, and it's actually super, it's super goofy. Yeah, I might. Oh yeah, that was the first. Oh yeah, that was the first show to air on the Disney afternoon block. I think I remember seeing a video going around where Ted, you know what? I'm just gonna stop. Really? Huh. Nice. He's a floating head. As far as why it's Disney Plus, maybe it's because the characters from Song of the South appeared in it. I don't know. Okay, pretty much got his belly colored there. Now I just gotta find out where the spots are. You're good. I can imagine Anchor's like running cycle, and I could just imagine he would just be like galloping goofily. Because you know how leopard seals are. Oh. Live? You are so lucky. Yeah. Yeah, I love that little movie myself. I just wish the finale of it wasn't just a game of baseball. Because that's pretty much what the climax is. It's literally a game of baseball. Well, it's pretty much a game of baseball. Saw him when he had his big band orchestra. Oh, cool. Okay, I'm just gonna see where I'm at here. Oh, we're kicking in at almost 2 hours. Alright. I think I made the right choice by saying this would be the last one I'm doing. By the way, if you have a super chat request, feel free to drop it in and I'll be sure to get right to it. I'm going to be playing a main character in Ethereum. I'm excited. Oh, that's nice! Oh, what's this for? Also, I have to agree with you, Yoshida. Splash Mountain was a real treasure. Oh, that's right, the whiskers on him. How did I miss that? Leopard seals tend to have whiskers too. Sometimes he'd have them leave stage so his band would be a trio. Oh. Then he'd play his old rockabilly stuff like he did with his old group. Oh, he used to be in that group? That's awesome. Oh, hi, Messi. Glad you could drop in. I think I'm gonna finish this up. I'll do the coloring on the characters here, then the background, and call it a day from there. My sister used to be in a couple of plays. Though, I remember she was in The Wiz and The Addams Family. For all I know, she only did the chorus. The dumb waiter, huh? I'm intrigued. Oh, missed a few spots here. Then I'll eat up the art. Oh my god. Yeah, I know it is. I know, right? Setzer's Orchestra has quite a few crowd favorites. Oh, cool. Yeah, sounds like something I'd be interested in. How did I completely miss the band-aid here? Damn. Yeah. Slam Yoshida like a sandwich. Oh. Yeah, rest in peace to all of them. This band is famous from the brief swing revival trend in the 90s. I see. Nice one, that. Yeah, same. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, he does. Yeah. Oh. Hmm. There's one song with the Black Crowes that was featured. The song Remedy was featured in Abuse and Vibes. Oh, really? Really now? Might do another collab soon if I'm feeling generous. Eh. Hey, if you're up to it, go right ahead. What's the great musicians should be in the Hall of Fame? No, it's not. Which is why it would have made a lot more sense to induct them into the Hall of Fame. Yeah, there are some musicians out there that I wish could be in the Hall of Fame. That I have them take place in a beach. Because that's where they are. And of course I'm a sucker for beaches. The Monkees should also be in the Rock Hall of Fame. They can help fictional cartoon fans. Yeah, they should. In a way, that band is almost like a precursor to the Wiggles. Isn't it? Well, at the very least, it's like an American version of that. American New Edition. Apparently, New Edition is currently being the top voted. Phil Collins. Oh, Phil Collins. Yeah, he did a really nice job on all of his music. Especially for Tarzan. I definitely want Weird Al Yankovic. Oh yeah, those are all very good options. Especially they might be giants. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Yeah, going from that, I'd say they might as well. They did start in the 90s. Yeah. My favorite song from Collins would have to be his duet with Philip Bailey, Easy Lover. Ah. Nice. There's just so many musicians in the world, and yet very few of them get selected into the Hall of Fame. Side note, in about a week or so, my mom's going back to the doctor to finally get her cast removed. If you don't know what I'm talking about, she had a nasty accident with the dogs in late January, and she's been wearing a cast ever since, and... yeah... I want her to get back to working. Alright. It looks like that just about wraps it up. I'm sure she will be. Yeah, she'll be fine. She's actually been doing pretty good on the recovery. She'll recover. If she gets approval from the doctor, then she'll be cast free within a week. But yeah. Anyway, thought I'd give you guys a nice gander at this before I go ahead and save it. Alright, take care, dude. Yeah, they're just not half. Yeah, as you can imagine, it's total chaos. I'm especially proud of how Shemp turned out here. I give him such the goofiest expressions, even when he's being tortured. Alright, I think that just about wraps it up here. Thank you guys for joining my stream, especially you, Yoshida, Reg, and Jeremy. And stay tuned for next week. This is me signing off.